I'm Cameron, this is Carsideration, and today we have a 2021 Kia Telluride Nightfall Edition. So quick stats on the Kia Telluride. These have a base price of around $32,000, but if you go all the way up to the highest trim level, the SX Prestige, you can get them for around $50,000. They all come standard with the 3.8 liter V6 that makes 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. And that is paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. They all have standard Class 3 towing capability of around 5,000 pounds. There's 8 inches of ground clearance, 0 to 60 time, right around 7 seconds, nothing too crazy. Your miles per gallon, you're gonna get around 19 miles per gallon city and 24 miles per gallon highway. So new for 2021 is this Nightfall Edition. So the Nightfall Edition is only available on the all-wheel drive versions of the EX and SX trim levels. So it's pretty much an appearance package. It's about $1,300 or so. I think it's like $1,295 to be exact. But you get gloss black exterior trim, black 20-inch alloy wheels, and Nightfall Edition Kia logos. And the headlamps and the fog lamps have a black bezel around them. So I think overall design on the exterior, Kia knocked it out of the park on this one. As I said before, this is the Nightfall Edition, so we can see here on the headlights are blacked out. Telluride, blacked out Kia emblem. More black bits. Your black wheels. More black plastic here. Now, where it looks the best for me, in my opinion, is usually the trim around the windows is all chrome, but with the Nightfall Edition, it is black, of course. Now, coming around to these tires on here are Michelin Primacy LTX. Very good tire. This is a 245/50/20. Again, with the Nightfall Edition, do get 20-inch wheels. The wheel design, I am a fan of this wheel design. Kind of, for whatever reason, reminds me of like a old school rally wheel. Maybe like something that Ken Block would have on his cars or something like that. But I really do like that wheel design. Kind of bulky, fairly aggressive. Rear tail lights, love the rear tail lights. And while we are back here, let's check out the blinkers. If I had to nitpick on the exterior design of this, I just wish they did a dual exhaust. I don't like the single exhaust cutout here. I just think it would look a lot better if they just added one over there. And I don't really mind the wiper beam back here. I know some people wish it was hidden up here, but I don't think it takes away the overall aesthetic of the rear end at all. Now coming around to the front, favorite exterior feature is going to be the headlights. I think Kia did a great job with their headlight design here because you know it's a Telluride as soon as it's coming your way. Whether it's on the higher trim levels like this, the EX and the SX, the daytime running light here is going to be orange. On the lower trim levels, it's going to be white. So jumping into the Telluride, I'm gonna start in the second row here. Plenty of leg room in the second row. Even the third row, I was kind of surprised with the amount of leg room that's back there for a smaller guy like me at least. But one thing I think is very cool with these captain's chairs is these armrests are adjustable. Now when I first jumped in here, I thought they just hung low like this, and I'm like, that looks very cheap and chintzy, if you want to say. It doesn't look like it's really strong, but if you listen, you have clicks. So every time it clicks, it's an adjustment. And then you can put more weight on it. So that was a relief to me because I feel like they should sit right there. Like that looks comfortable and normal. But if you want your armrest down low, I guess you can have it down low as well. The other cool thing is if you're in any one of these 4 seats back here, as long as you're not in the middle passenger, you have a USB port to charge your phone, which I think is super convenient. You get into some larger vehicles, I feel like, and there's like, one 12-volt down here, and that's it. But Kia was forward-thinking enough to add USB chargers in the back of the front seats and in the very back over here. Really nice. So even on your third and fourth door, you have a nice little door seal getting into the back. I do like that. Another nice little feature for the back seat here is your sunshade. Just simply put it down or pull it up, however you'd like. So these captain's chairs operate very easily. If you want to get back here, push that button. You have a nice step. climb in, and you are good to go. So let's say you want to take your Telluride and throw some lumber in here. Whatever you need to do, you just need the second and the third rows down for more storage. For the third row, grab your strap, lays down. This one you might have to give a little push. There you go. So, captain's chairs. If you want to lower those, there's two buttons right here, left and right. Let's hit the left one, and it lays down for you. The right, just like that. In the back here, you do have a cargo cover. Just so you know, don't want people peeking in to see what you have in your trunk or anything. So at first glance, you're like, what do I do with this thing? Like, if I don't want it in here, I have my third row up, I need something back here, where do I put this? Well, you would think like, oh, this is a terrible design. This is ridiculous. What am I doing here? Well, actually, engineers are smart. So how you get your cargo cover into a convenient spot, lift this up, set this aside. There is a tray right here. You just pull this up, just like that, set that there, and push down here. And then this is where your cargo cover goes. And the other cool thing on this cargo cover, this just pushes in on either side. So stick it in the right side first, compress it in, just like that. Put your cover back on. Which way did this go? Right here. Boom. Done. Out of the way. And while we're back here, you can actually adjust the height of your tailgate. All you have to do is open the tailgate, manually move it to where you'd like it, and then hold this button for more than 3 seconds. And then your tailgate from now on will only open to this height, or whatever height that you set it at. Kind of interesting. Very impressed with this interior. I was not expecting this at all. Never been a huge fan of the faux wood, but this faux wood looks nice. I feel like it's not trying too hard or anything like that. Like, you know it's fake. I'm assuming this is fake. Nothing I read up on could say that it was real. But all these buttons, really sleek. So steering wheel controls, nothing that we haven't seen before, but they do feel nice. They have a nice little touch to them. Kind of like it. But one thing that I noticed is how responsive this infotainment screen is. I was not expecting it to be this responsive at all. And another cool little thing that I noticed or found when I was playing around with it is, let's go to the map. If you can obviously zoom in and out, you can see this is very responsive. Or if you want to zoom in and out, you can use your tune dial here and it will zoom you in and out of the map as well, which I think pretty cool. The dual zone climate display, I really do like this. Or I should say tri-zone, but your dual zone here, very nice. And then if you want to do the rear, you hit rear, and you can control the rear climate controls from up here as well. So moving to the center console, you do have heated and cooled seats. Nice little kind of toggles here. They have a good feel. But 3 settings for your heat, and 3 settings for your cooled seats as well. And moving to more of the center console here, I like this piano black finish. Like, it looks good, but it's just so hard to keep clean. It shows any little speck of dust or anything like that. Again, I like the way it looks, but it's just really hard to keep clean, especially if you're a clean freak. Inside here, this one does have a wireless charger, and then you have your USB, well, 2 USB ports actually, 1, 2, then a 12 volt. All right, jumping in the Telluride. We got to put it in sport mode, right? Like, what kind of car review would it be if I didn't put it in sport mode? So we're in sport mode. I'm not gonna do like a full 0 to 60, but let's just, put our foot down, see what it sounds like at least. That sounds good. Okay. Yeah, in sport mode, it definitely holds those RPMs a lot longer. Let's go back to comfort mode. But yeah, the steering definitely feels a little bit heavier in sport mode, a little more direct, like you get a little bit more input into what you're doing. In comfort mode, man, this thing rides really nice. On a little bit of a rougher country road right now. Road's a little more coarse. Road noise isn't too bad with these tires. You know, the sound deadening in here sounds really good. Don't hear a lot of road noise, which is good. But surprisingly, this thing doesn't feel like a boat. I thought it was gonna feel like a boat because of how big it is on the exterior, right? And I was like, I got in here and I'm like, this is gonna be like really lethargic and not really eager to change directions or not very responsive. But honestly, it's pretty responsive. It feels like I'm in like a smaller vehicle than what I am. That's the only way I can really describe it. But visibility is really good so far. The one thing that I kind of wish they did was a frameless mirror. The thing I find interesting is if you were to blindfold me and cover up this Kia logo and you said, Cameron, go drive this vehicle and tell me what you think about it, and I want you to try to guess the brand, I would not guess that this is a Kia. I would probably lean more towards like an entry-level German vehicle. And the only reason why I say that is not because of the leather or the plastic up here. Like, this would be the only giveaway in my mind that I'm not in like a higher end German vehicle. Everything else though, like the buttons, the infotainment, the steering wheel, you know, the buttons on the steering wheel, everything is really nice. And I'd be like, I might be in a Mercedes, like a base Mercedes, or I might be in a lower level trim Q3 or something like that. I probably would not guess a Kia. This interior is spot on for what you need. You know, on the back of these front seats, it's all plastic. So when your kids get in here and they kick their soccer cleats around, you're not gonna damage your leather seats. Even if you're thinking about looking at like an Audi or a Mercedes or something, just do yourself a favor and go test drive one of these before you spend, I don't know, $55,000 plus on a more expensive brand. You definitely have to drive one of these around because it handles surprisingly well. The bumps right now, there's a big bump up here. It's so smooth and plush. And here's another one. Wait for it. It's like it's nothing. You have to test drive one of these if you're looking at getting a 7-seater SUV. Like, that's a big bump. When I hit that in my Focus RS, my spine compresses. And this is just floats around. It's awesome. I can tell, well, like, now I understand why I see these so often. This thing rides amazing. The interior quality, honestly, is kind of blowing me away. Maybe my expectations were set lower because of the Kia badge. But I think Kia has knocked this one out of the park. I mean, I really do. And I'm not saying this is like the best, most perfect SUV, but I think for $45,000, what you're getting with this is like amazing. Or if you go with the base, $32,000, you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. And it's no wonder that it's, you know, 2020 World Car of the Year. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you liked the review. And if you did, hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to get to 1,000 followers by the end of October. So until next time, stay safe.